Alright there guys, so here we go. This is the Arctic oven pipeline appropriate oven or stove. You can get this from their site. I believe they're called Arctic Oven Tent and Tarp. It comes with all this equipment. Okay, I realise it looks a little bit daunting, but I can tell you now it's actually pretty simple to put together. So let's have a look at the bits in depth. Okie dokie folks, so starting off we have the very first thing that actually leaves your stove. Okay, I'll show you how it's all assembled in a short minute, but this is the very first thing that actually leaves the stove. I shall show you quickly. It looks something like that. Okay, as you can see, the stove is well and truly worn in, needs a bit of a clean actually, but what this actually is, if you look on the inside, if I can do this with one hand, you can see a bit of metal just moving around, and what that is a I'm not too sure the exact name of it, okay, but all it does is you can sort of decide how much smoke you want leaving your oven. Moving along, here you have your spark arrestor. Okay, very important bit of kit. You've got to make sure folks that this is kept in really good nick. Okay, if this thing is ill kept, okay, then you're going to run into some serious issues. Okay, so keep this clean, keep it all clean really, says me. Moving on to probably the most awkward of pieces. Okay, now I don't think I'll be able to do this with the camera in my hand. I shall try and demonstrate exactly what I mean by this. Okay, and all this is, okay, this is not gonna work, is it? I shall move it over here. You can see my garage. There we go. So what this is a 4-piece moving barrel. Okay, and what all it does is so you can position or change the positioning of your a chimney, if you will. So the bottom, I won't actually do it because I've got it all set up perfect for my tent, okay, and it's all been fired and all nicely. So these all swivel. Okay, right, moving on, and let's try and get this camera around my neck. There we go. Okie dokie. On to the more interesting bits. Okay, long pipes. Yes, long pipes. To fit these guys, again I'll show you how to fit them properly, but the biggest starts off, okay, you fit the smaller one into the bigger one, and so on and so forth, okay, until eventually you end up with the smallest pipe, and the smallest pipe is the one that'll be at the very end of your chimney, okay, and that is in fact the one where your spark arrestor, if we can do this whilst holding a camera, yeah, fits into the end of just like that. Okay, so let's have a look at the oven itself. Okie dokie, so this is the oven. The oven comes with a door, a hole at the top, and metal. It also comes with some lovely legs. Okay, these legs, and I probably won't be able to do this with the camera in my hand, these legs actually move. Okay, I will not demonstrate how they work because I think that'll be fairly obvious. They fold inwards like so. Okay, now door mechanism is actually really well built. Okay, it's very sturdy. Doesn't sound it, okay, but it's actually very solidly built. Okay, and it can really take a good pummeling. The door itself works on a hinge system. Okay, I must say though, the one disadvantage of this, okay, is that when this thing gets up to heat, grabbing hold of this metal coil, I know it's designed to not take heat, okay, but it does heat up nevertheless, and it gets really hot. So when you're using this yourself, okay, make sure you've got some gloves on, or you've just sort of rolled up your jumper or whatever, just so you can use it, because you will burn yourself on that. Here you have a ventilation system, okay, allowing you can choose how much air you want going into the fire itself. Okay, make sure folks, you probably won't be able to see in there, and I do not have a do I have a lamp? No. Okay, I thought I had a flashlight near me. I don't. Okay, I can see it, you guys can't. On the inside of this, okay, right now there is lots and lots of bits of charcoal, okay, where I've been burning away there, okay. the first time and any time you should always have sand, dirt, clay. If you really want to use clay and you really want to, you know, get this thing mucky, you've got to have something at the bottom there. Okay, if you don't, you run the risk of burning straight through the bottom, okay, of your oven. Okay, so let's have a rough look at how this thing's actually put together. Okie dokie folks, so this is actually how you want to put everything together. Okay, now you want to start off, when you're out there yourself, okay, start off by putting your tubes together. Okay, now I'll show you how to do that in a second. However, just for the purposes of this, we're actually not going to start with that. Okay, we're actually going to start with this stuff over here. Okay, first things first, you want to get your sort of smoke controller, if you will, well and truly wedged in that. Now you notice folks, I use the corrugated side. Okay, the corrugated edge, that's the one that goes in first. Okay, when you've whilst that's in there, okay, make sure that this thing is level. Okay, and that means that you're not going to get anything dropping in there. Okay, no water's actually going to go in there whilst you're sorting everything out. Okay, now moving on to the actual piping system. Okay, now I'm gonna have to put the camera down, otherwise this is going to be impossible. Let's pop that there. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, this is a relatively big bit of pipe and this is a smaller bit of pipe, and all you do is you get the biggest bit of pipe, okay, and you fit the smaller one into it, same as the oven itself. Okay, corrugated end goes into the pipe. Okay, so let's make sure that you guys can actually see this. Okay, otherwise this is relatively stupid me showing you. Let's turn. There we go. Okay, so smaller pipe, bigger pipe. Okay, so we're going to get the smaller pipe and we're going to pop it in there. This is rather difficult to do while you're doing it on an angle. Let's see if I can. There we go, just like that. Okay, perfect. Now what you want to do, okay, you want to do it to the two bigger pipes as well. I'm not going to do that right now, okay, because I don't have enough roof and we will be bashing through my roof to actually get that fitted. Okay, the next thing you want to do, okay, is when you've got your piping set up, okay, you may think, oh, I want to put my spark arrestor on now, that seems the appropriate thing. Do not do that, because it will fall off, okay, and you could lose it, and you do not want to lose it. The next thing you want to do, you want to add your angler, if you will, your angle chooser. Okay, again, corrugated side in there, bloody hell, like so. Okay, and that is not going anywhere. Okay, now that should actually fit in there a little bit better. Okay, if I had the time, I would actually be pushing that in to make sure it fit completely. However, for the purposes of this, we don't need to worry. Now, as you can probably tell, okay, the fire would be in there. Okay, we'd be able to choose how much smoke we want going, and then we can choose the angle for depending on what kind of tent you've got, okay, of where you want that going. Now, of course, I think, and I could be wrong on this one, however, I think these things come with every single stove that Alaska Tent and Tarp offer. Okay, I have, as you can clearly see, I have tested this stove to its maximum potential. They are absolutely fantastic. They will keep you really, really warm. Five stars for me, definitely. Just in case it isn't abundantly obvious, folks. Okay, of course you then fit the bottom end of your piping. I can't do it, okay, because I will start to have to smash through that wall to fit this piping. Okay, and you would simply fit it straight in there like that. Okay. The second everything is fitted, okay, and only at the last minute, okay, do you then attach your spark arrestor. Now, I found, okay, that the spark arrestor that was issued, okay, if we look at it from this way, okay, you may not be able to tell, the metal sort of forks coming off the bottom, these bits here, are slightly bent outwards, and the reason is I bent them outwards. They were too narrow, okay, and unfortunately when I was putting it in and out of the end of this pipe, okay, it was slipping, it just wasn't holding. So by bending these out ever so slightly, okay, it enabled it to just to hold a little bit better, you know. And now if I sling this camera around my neck like so, try and do this with one arm, if I can. I think it might be a little bit impossible. Let's see if I can. There we go. So now that fits a lot better, and I can jiggle it, and it's not going anywhere, you know. And of course, you know, bend it all you want. The other thing that I did find with this oven that you may want to note, okay, with the two bigger ones, I'm not too sure if this is with everybody, okay, but it was with me, okay, the second to biggest one, okay, didn't actually fit properly into the bigger one, okay. I'm still having trouble with that now, okay, but nevertheless, a good pair of pliers should be able to sort that one out. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, pop us a like and subscribe and all the rest of it, you know, all that sort of jargon. And that there is the Pipeline Alaska Tent and Tarp stove. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Take care. Bye bye.